Just give me what I need. And then,
And I think like what you said, dating multiples, and I know this is running off, but helps you keep distracted so you're not so focused on that one person. And it's like the more you date them, stuff kind of unfolds. Like you're not going to keep that mask on forever. So we can figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, what you're doing, who you are, and what you want.
Just gives you more time.
Yeah, naturally, time and spending time. Time on both ends, allowing time to take over, and then spending time would actually determine whatever direction you guys are going. Naturally, if it works, if you're talking, if you're spending, if you enjoy each other, it's going to happen more and more and more. So, for me, dating should be simple, but it's
not.
My roster's kind of low, but I am single and stuff. So, if anybody's interested, all right. If anybody's interested in stuff, like I said, my best friend is my Valentine this year.
It's the way to do it. Love is, like someone told me, love is love no matter where it comes from.
Yes, love is love no matter where it comes from.
It's all the same, and that was beautiful. So
yes, it was. I did not expect flowers.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That was nice.
Sweet prince. I got you. So let's talk about. We talked about Sugar Hill.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of your other works that you've done prior to this.
Okay.
Well, you said you've been a creator since you were a little kid. So when did you first write your first novel?
12. Wow. It was a book called Nothing to Lose.
Wow.
And it was about teenage girls who lived in the orphanage. And they had to find love or affection amongst each other and be each other's support system. So within this group home, they create their own bond, their own family. And they experience their own tragedies through, this orphanage. And there was this one lady she oversaw all of them. She was like their overseer. She guided them. She nurtured them. And it's crazy I still remember that story, but I never published it. It's still sitting on my bookshelf in the same journal that I wrote when I was 12. But that's my first
turn that into like a young adult novel or something.
I could. I really could.
It probably would be a good one for you.
Yeah, I could.
Kind of sounds similar to Allegedly. I don't know if you've ever read that by Tiffany D. Jackson.
Okay, yes.
When you said that, it kind of reminds me, and that book is really good. So you probably have something on your hands where you could.
I probably do.
Turn that into something.
Let me process that.
Yeah.
Put it out into the atmosphere and see if it happens, it'll come out.
So when can we expect Act 2? So you're just gonna leave us hanging like that, or?
No, I'm not. Okay, so I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. So, I would say Black Writers Weekend, which comes up every June here in Atlanta. It is a festival of events that I curate along with my team to kind of create these experiences for writers. My goal is to have Act 2 completed by that time period. That way, I can just, I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day, so I'm just gonna loop that all in there.
Yeah. So
if you guys want to read Act 2 along with all these other things that happens during Black Writers Weekend, shameless plug there. Go to the website, get your tickets, and attend, enjoy, have fun, drink, party, all that jazz, and I'll have Act 2 there.
All right, I'm gonna be on you. Make sure you.
Whatever, you're gonna be there. I'm putting you to work.
Hey, I'm for that too. Look, I'm there.
Like, for those who do not know, when I see something, I'm just gonna put you guys to work.
That's it.
Let's go into the fire and just let you run with it. So yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit.
Yeah, I just did that with last weekend. He came to just attend. We did an event called Lit Diaries.
Yep,
in
I
the
saw you
snow. Yeah, in the snow. I swear, in the snow, it was so many people that still showed up.
Wow.
So it was wonderful. It was a great experience. All the more than half the ladies in the audience did their own an open confessional. Wow. So basically, we had them write their fears or their regrets on this index card, and I had the ladies on the panel read those confessions outwardly, because when you speak those things, you're kind of letting it go, or the things that you want to happen, you're kind of, those words have power, so let's manifest these things, let's throw it in the trash, or the things that you want, let's speak into existence, and let's put these things into play. So it was great. So we did Lit Diaries, and in the event I put him to work. He was moving furniture. He was.
Oh wow!
He was the DJ. Yeah, he was the DJ.
Wow.
He was the backstage crew.
All right.
He was helping with the running show, making sure we stayed on time. He was a part of the breakdown crew.
Wow.
And then we met up for lunch. See, we met up for lunch. We still got personal time.
How old you want?
I love that. He looks like a little Idris Elba over here.
What? Oh, he already talked about how he wanted to be a volunteer and stuff like that. Talking about, does that give me all access? You know what? Are you gonna be working though? Don't be trying to get access to network. See how we be doing? Okay, I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So let's talk about a little bit about your empire that you built,
Okay.
Delphine Legacy.
Okay.
How the concept came about and how it's become what it is today.
Okay. All right. So in a nutshell, I was 20 years old when I self-published my first book, The Ultimate No-No. And I did that because I discovered self-publishing, and I thought that I had to get a publisher for the book to actually become, something real. And so with publishing that book, I launched Delphine Publications. I'm young, I'm hungry, I'm excited, I'm also like this nerd, again, I'm just happy to be at the house. Again, I grew up still sitting in my room, just being off to myself. So when this book came out, it gave me the opportunity to catch flights, meet new people, do events and conversations like this. And from that, I began to bring in other writers, and I began to mentor them and kind of show them how I did it. And create a lot of successful journeys for writers through that whole forum. But then I began to discover that writers, although we can be great creatives and it's a great industry and all that jazz, they don't understand the process. And when they don't understand it, it makes it difficult for that work relationship to kind of manifest and grow. So with Delphine Legacy Media, as you mentioned, I wanted to create an agency where I'm teaching the writers this process, but I'm also giving them that 5-star treatment, but on a budget that they can afford.
Right.
So don't think that you're gonna have a representative like a Terry McMillan on $200 a month budget. It don't work like that. But however, we create these programs where you're able to be treated just like a Terry McMillan. You're gonna get to that step at that level that you want to get to, but we're gonna teach you along the way how we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get your brand presentable. We're gonna teach you how to speak. People don't know how to do that. We're going to teach you how to engage in book signings. The goal also, too, is to get you these connections and relationships with stores and brands and bookstores and things like that. So creating an agency and then building a team around it, that has been my current focus for the last few years, along with producing Black Writers Weekend, publishing, and building that agency. So for me, it's another way to teach writers, but then also eliminate the confusion, eliminate any, negativity that may come from lack of knowledge when it comes to the business. So knowledge is power, folks. So writers, if y'all trying to get into this industry, learn the business, do the research, and then do your part.
And I'm glad you said that, because as someone who owns a book club, I'm interested in the writing side, because I do have a story to tell, but it's where do I begin?
Right.
Even having relationships with publishers, you send me free stuff, but how do I get my stuff to them? So I'm fascinated. I'll definitely have to get with you and talk more about that.
And so it all starts with how. Then when you discover the how, then you got to figure out what's your niche. Okay, well, how do I get them interested in me? That's when you do your writing and your research. You create the synergy there, and that pitch, you got to hit them in the first couple sentences. Then you got to be persistent with that. And not only that, when you're done doing your pitching, people are gonna go and look and see what you're doing. Yeah. You can't be acting stupid on social media. There are certain things that people are just not going to. That's not gonna work for us. Right. So all these things are going to make sense. It's a lot. It's hundreds and hundreds of different pieces that writers do not know about or do not tap into. And they get caught into the ebook thing. Let me just write a quick little 10,000, 20,000 word document, upload it, cheat the system, call myself a national best-selling author, and then, want to match yourself with all these other writers who, put in the work and the time. Let's stop playing with this. Let's do some good work, subject and stuff. I'm gonna be quiet.
That's exciting. So when you have Black Writers Weekend, do you cover a lot? Like, do you do different courses and stuff that will teach them how to do that?
So with Black Writers Weekend, we also have a conference called Creative Con. And so with Creative Con, this is where we are teaching you guys, and a lot of these classes are free. So there's no excuse. You don't know how to publish? Cool. Bring your ass to Creative Con. You don't know how to pitch? Alright, hey, sit your ass in the front, pay attention. Like, this is just simple stuff, and it's free. So, and then not only that, and even if it's not free, it's affordable. Like, and not only that, we have agents there. We have publishers from major publishing houses. We have filmmakers. We have producers there. People that work with BET and TV One. Publicists, people that work with WeTV. And the reason why I'm throwing all these people in the room is like, well, that's not publishing. That has nothing to do with books. But it deals with storytelling. It deals with writing. A lot of our writers are actually adapting their books into film. So this is why it's called Black Writers Weekend, because it's not Black Book Weekend.
Right.
So we're embodying all writers, bloggers, podcasts, filmmakers, editors, and then we even honor activists and people who start, movements and organizations such as yourself. You got a book club going on. So we pay attention to all these moving pieces that makes our storytelling, what's the word?
Flourish.
Yeah.
See, he's good for something else too.
Yeah, you still so Creative Con is doing the weekend. We have movie screenings. We do a pitch fest. So on that pitch fest, there's a panel of directors, agents,